Hello, hi, welcome back and welcome to my channel, Mstinkie Creates. It's wintertime and it's cold outside, and sometimes it's cold in the house or cold in your office. And so that is why I decided to make some hand warmers because I do work from home and I be typing. And I'm typing all day, and sometimes my fingers get cold. So I decided to make these hand warmers and I decided to bling them out. Can you see? And this one, you see, and that's so cute. Ooh. Let me put these on so you can see how they look. This video is a video tutorial on how you can make your own pair of hand warmers. And of course, the bling and the junk part is definitely optional. But this is how they look on. So can't you see me just typing away? Just type it away. I bought the charms on Amazon and the letters on Amazon, but the other stuff I did have laying around the house. This yarn I got from Joann's. So you can make your own pair. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And go ahead and keep watching for the tutorial on how you can make your own junk hand warmers. Aren't they so cute? What you will need is some size 4 or medium worsted yarn, and I got this from Joann's. You also need a size 4mm hook, some scissors, and a needle to thread in your loose ends. You're going to start off by doing a slip knot onto your hook, and this is the way that I do it. Next, you are going to do 27 chains. $27 is just the amount that I did. However, depending upon your hand size, you may need more or less. So what I did is I just wrapped it around my hand, and this is about where I want my hand warmers to start. So I wrapped it around that point, and that was about 27 chains for me. Like I said, yours may be smaller or a little bit bigger, so you may need more or less. Next, you're going to slip stitch to that first chain. And from here, we're going to be working in rounds. And once you slip stitch, do a chain 1. And we're going to be working in the back bump of all of these stitches for this first round. And the back bump is, you see here where I go in, that is the back bump. And you're going to be doing half double crochets into all of these 27 stitches. And then here is a close-up of what I mean by the back bump. You see how the stitch is. That's the regular 2 in the front, 2 loops in the front right there. And then there's one on the back. You're going to put your hook through that back bump right there. Like that. Okay. So you're going to do 27 half double crochets all the way around, and then you're going to do a slip stitch into the first half double crochet to complete your round. Once you have half double crocheted in all of the stitches, you're going to slip stitch to the very first stitch. And I like to wrap it around the back and pull it through. And you're going to chain 1 and then half double crochet around into every stitch. Okay, and you are going to repeat this for 6 rows, and it'll be a total of 7 rows when you are finished. I am going to continue and finish these rows. So for the next few rows, so we're going to continue this for a couple of rows based on your hand size and where you want it to start. So I would suggest periodically just putting it around your hand, and that's why I want mine to be about right there. Some people may want it higher up, so but about right there. And so I'm going to, and with it, so I'm going to just keep doing rows of half double crochet until you get to your thumb, to the top of your thumb, about right there. Okay, and for me, that's for a total of 7 rows. Now I also had my mom try it on, and she has a smaller hand. Like her wrist is a little bit smaller than mine, and her hand is just a little bit smaller, but it still fit her just fine. It was a little loose down here, but it still fit her fine. So this would work for just about anybody, but if you want to tailor it specifically to yourself, this is what you would do. You would just periodically put it on to see. So maybe you need more rows or maybe you need less rows, okay? All right, and let me go ahead and do the rest of this row and the rest of these rows, and then I'll meet you back. I have 7 rows, and I'm just gonna try it on, and that's how it fits, and see where it is. Okay, and so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. You're going to, and this is going to be the same no matter how many rows you did. So just slip stitch to that first stitch and chain 1, and then you're going to half double crochet in that same stitch, and you're going to half double crochet all the way around, and then leave the last 3 stitches unworked. Okay, so that's you're gonna do 24 half double crochet, and then leave the last 3 half double crochet unworked. I have finished row 8, and this is how it looks. Chain 1 and then turn your work and do a half double crochet in that stitch and a half double crochet in each stitch around. Let me do that so I get to the first stitch. That's how I get to this stitch right here. Okay, I've reached the end, and you just want to be sure to make sure you half double crochet in that very last stitch, and you don't want to skip that because you'll decrease. I've used to do that a lot. Okay, so we're just gonna do 2 rows like this. This next row, what we're gonna do is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I guess that's how this ends. This is row 8. Row 9. But you're going to slip stitch to this first stitch. So chain 3 and then slip stitch to this first stitch. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1 and then turn, and we're going to, in these 3 stitches in the back bump like we did at the beginning, we're going to do 3 half double crochets. With this yarn, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's that little bump right there. And I was just making the chains a little loose. Of course, I definitely made them tight. That way it'll be a little bit easier to get in there. But I crochet on the tighter side, so. Okay. So once you have half double crocheted in all 3 of those, you're just going to half double crochet in that very next half double crochet and continue on around until you get to the beginning. Okay? Get back to where you started right here. I'm finishing up this row and gonna slip stitch in that very first stitch there, and I would suggest maybe putting it on just so you can see and kind of gauge how many more rows you might need. And then that's just how it fits. It feels real comfortable. It's snug, but it's not tight, but it's snug. Okay. And so now we're going to do 4 rows of half double crochet, or however many it takes to get to this part of your wrist, that small part. Okay. So I am going to do, for me, it is 4 rows of half double crochet. And I feel like it might be the same for everybody, kind of standard. So I'm going to just, don't turn this time, just keep working in around. So I'm going to do 4 rows of half double crochet. So I have finished with my 4 rows, and when I put it on, so you're just gonna keep that first one that you make. That's why I say I recommend writing it down. The first one that you make is going to take a little bit longer because you're going to be constantly, you know, trying it on and make sure it fits. So right here, what we're going to do is we're going to decrease a little bit just for our wrist right there. And then we're going to increase again. Okay. But you want it to sit like right here, kind of at the smallest part right here, right where your bone is. Okay. So once you get there is when you are going to do your decrease. So slip stitch your first stitch there, chain 1, and do a half double crochet for 13 stitches. Now this is if you did 27 stitches to begin with. If not, it may be a little bit more or a little bit less. You just want it to be directly across from where you started. So you would just fold it like this and do it, or do whatever half is and do that many stitches so you get to the middle. So for me, that's 13. So I'm going to chain, I'm going to do 13 half double crochet, or until I get to the middle. And then you're going to, for these next 2 stitches is what we're going to do a decrease. So you do a half double crochet decrease, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up 1 loop, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you should have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, and then pull through all 5 of those. Okay, and that's how you will do a half double crochet decrease. And then you're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch and in all of the stitches around until you get to the beginning. Okay. Making this has been so fun, and I haven't even really got to the fun part. I'm so excited. Okay, because I think this yarn is fun. This yarn is really fun. Okay, so we get to the beginning. You're on a slip stitch to this first stitch, and then do a chain 1, and now we're going to increase back to where we started. Because I just wanted to go in a little bit, because on my wrist it dips in and then it starts to get back wide a little bit. So I just did a dip in, and then I'm going to make it go back wide to where it was before. So I'm going to do half double crochets until I get to where I did that decrease, and that's where we're going to put our increase. So as you're crocheting, just be looking out for where that increase is, like how many more stitches you have to go until you get to the increase. Okay, so I am going to put, the decrease, sorry, to the decrease, which is this stitch right here. So at the decrease is where I'm going to put, I'm going to do an increase, and I'm going to put 2 half double crochet in that stitch. And then do half double crochets around. Just do them around. So you get to the beginning. After this row, I would suggest you doing a check to see where it falls for you. You could definitely, and maybe you want to stop right there. You want to just like a half glove mitt type situation. You could stop there, but I want mine to go a little bit longer. You could stop there, and I would right on this one, if you want to stop right here, I would maybe put a row of single crochet so it just to fit a little bit tighter right there. Okay, but that's how it's looking right now. So let's take that off, and I am going to do 2 rows of half double crochet, and then I am going to do an increase. Okay, so, and this is, okay, let me put it back on so you can see why I'm doing it like that. Okay, so you can see how my wrist, my arm is just, it gets wider as I go closer to my elbow. So I'm just gonna put, like, I would suggest like doing a couple rows and maybe doing an increase every couple rows, or just doing a couple rows and then putting it on and seeing if you need to do an increase. Okay, because some people's arm doesn't go all the way up. Now, at the same time, if you follow this pattern exactly, it should not be too bad and be a one size fits all type of thing, because again, my mom, her wrist is a lot smaller than, her arm is a lot smaller than mine's, but she put it on and it was just a little bit loose down here. It was just a little bit loose. So I would put a row of single crochet there, but otherwise it fit her still. So if like you want to make these to sell or just make it as a gift for somebody and you can't measure their hand, this should still fit them pretty good. It should still fit them good. Okay. And again, crochet stretches a little bit. So if their hand may be bigger than mine or bigger than yours. So, okay. So let me do my 2 rows and then I'll come back and show you the increase row. I have finished my 2 rows of double crochet, and now I'm going to do a couple of rows of increase because if it's about right here, and I wanted to increase just a little bit. So you're going to do it basically with the same, just increase in that middle part right there. Let's put 2 half double crochets. So I'm going to chain 1 and then do a half double crochet and then half double crochet in each stitch until I get to the middle. Okay, so yeah, I'm at the middle. So now I'm going to do 2 half double crochet in that stitch to do an increase. So that's whenever you need to do an increase row, that's how you would do it. Okay, so I'm going to do that again, and then I'm going to try it on to see what I need to do and see where it's fitting. And you can go as far up the arm as you want. Maybe want to go all the way up to your forearm. You would just continue the same thing. Okay, and I'm just going to slip stitch together. So let me do my, let me see. Let's just show y'all where it's fitting at. So that's where it's fitting. Okay, and here's my elbow. There you can see. But okay, so I want it to be a little bit longer. I'm going to do another row, increase row, and then I'm going to do 3 rows of half double crochet. And then I'll meet you all back, okay? So I have finished all of my my rows, and I'm just gonna try it on again to see if I like the way where it is, and I do. This is how far I wanted mine to go, because I just really want to get something to keep my hands warm when I'm working. So of course, like I said, you can make it go further up. Just do, you know, increase every couple of rows unless you don't need to till you get to the width, and just keep going up. And now I'm going to try to decide if I want to do a row. I'm going to see what a row of single crochet looks like actually on. Just crochet, just crochet, just crochet, what do we do? Crochet. We are back to the beginning. And let's put this on and see how it looks. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, they still look about the same. I think I'm going to, let me put the other one on. Let's see if there's really a difference. These are so cute. And see, I did this one. Man, oh my gosh, that's so freaking cute. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a row of half double crochet because I wanted to fit right there, and it fit so good. Let me take this row of single crochet, and I'm gonna do a row of double crochet, take out my ends, and we're gonna go to the next step. This next step is completely optional. This if you want to bedazzle yours like how I, you know, from the beginning. So if you want to stop here, you can stop here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to bling your hand warmers out like mine, then go ahead and check out part 2, linked in the description box.